The Beer Brothers is a comedy podcast where two dumb babies related by blood grew up and now review beers for you, the people. You can drink along if you'd like, but maybe don't do it in your car on the way to work. Drink responsibly. At home. In the dark.
All right, welcome back to episode number 2 of Beer Brothers. If you're joining us from the last episode, where we've learned some things.
Don't record in a bathroom.
Don't record in a bathroom. Secondly, get a game plan together before you open the mics up. So hopefully today's episode will be a little bit more fun and just as funny. And we're going to taste some delicious beers. I'm Cody.
And I'm Micah.
And we're the Beer Brothers. Let's get jamming.
Speaking of jamming, that's a good transition.
Yeah. Speaking of jamming, that's actually almost the name of the first beer that we're going to try today. But I've got I got an opening thought here. It is now March. You're worried about this UT basketball game that's happening.
Yeah, March Madness.
What do you feel the chances of UT taking it all this year? Being a true contender to own the crown?
Well, I felt that...
Crowned, I said. Crowned, not crown. Go ahead.
To take the crayons. I thought for a long time that they were like pretty big contenders, and then they shit their pants.
Shit their bed pretty bad
for 3 games.
Like they're standing up in the middle of their bed, pants around their ankles, shitting on it, and just smiling a little,
having night terrors.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad. So I was like, yeah, man, they got a good chance. I still think they have a good chance. They're beating the hell out of Kentucky right now, kind of giving them some payback for what happened before.
Sure.
So, I'm not too worried about it. I think it'll be all right. I don't know if they'll go all the way. Rick Barnes isn't really known for doing that, the coach, but I think they have a pretty solid chance.
Okay.
Shit!
Yeah.
That peaked.
That was a big cough. I've been very sick. All right, so we'll get to our first beer at this point, which is Jammer.
The Jammer
By Sixpoint Brewery. Okay, we're just gonna tell you a little bit about what they say about this beer. It is a Gosa?
Gosa is what you know what? I don't know, but we're gonna go with Gosa.
I just call it a Gose. Like whatever.
Yeah, I think it doesn't
matter.
You know what?
Gose beer?
See, we don't know anything really, so we'll just.
I don't know. We're just trying beers out.
If you see a word that looks like goose, that's it.
Yeah, if it looks like goose without an extra no. No. Oh, no?
An extra O.
Yes, said that too quickly. That's the beer you want. Here's their description. The Schwet is actually what it is spelled. The Schwet, the rhythmic rocking, and the aroma. We're talking about the ebb and flow of tides here. The glorious brine. Gnarly waves shooting off mist, just tangy enough to tingle the taste buds. Jammer, let her rip. Now this is a Gose ale brewed with sea salt and coriander. They recommend serving it in a glass. It sounds like it's something that's supposed to be easy sipping while you're getting a gnarly sunburn. Mm-hmm. Do you know where they're from? I didn't look it up.
They're actually based out of Red Hook, Brooklyn.
Oh, out of Red Hook. Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. Not to be confused with Red Hook Brewing, but same thing.
Yeah, it's like the neighborhood of Red Brook in
right.
Red Hook. Sorry, what is it? Brooklyn. Red Hook in Brooklyn.
That's right. Yes. Okay, gotcha. We're just gonna
New York.
Crack it.
That's good.
You know, you get that sound. That's like when you're on the boat.
Let me grab mine. Hold on.
Delicious. Delicious. Let's try it. It's pretty good. Really light, which is as expected.
Okay.
For a Gose. Mm-hmm. Pretty easy drinking beer, I think. You give it a whirl. I can't really smell well right now, so I can't give hey, this is what I'm smelling as I'm drinking it.
I'll do that part.
Yeah,
okay.
Go ahead. Tell me what's up with this thing.
My taste buds are probably working a little bit better today.
Probably. It tastes good from what I can tell.
Yeah, it is good. Like most Goses, you have a lot of lemony citrus, and they have the coriander in here. This one's kind of got like a bright. I think it's
the salt, man. There's like that. There's something getting me there.
Yeah, there's like a brightness to the taste. It is really good. It is pretty easy sipping. So
I would say anybody that's a fan of Bud Light Lime might actually really dig this beer. I'm just saying, like, bottom of the rung beer.
Okay.
You know, if you're like, I don't know about these craft beers and they're all too fancy or whatever, like, this is really easy drinking, not weird, not super, like...
Yeah. It's got a good aftertaste. I really like it.
Yeah,
and it's got a good golden color to it.
This is
it's a really nice,
fantastic.
yeah, it's a really nice beer.
Digging it.
I can totally see this being a lake beer.
Yeah.
Chilling out on a boat, just hammering these bad boys. A lot of people like shandies in the summer. Shandies are in that category, but they're a little more sugary. So this one has more of a full body feel.
Yeah.
With that citrus and no sugar. That's, you're not getting the sugar, you're getting the saltiness of it, which is really good. I like it a lot. This is a good beer.
Absolutely. I would love this with, like, hot wings right now. Like, I love most beers with hot wings, but this is like, when you're eating something a little spicy, you want something that's not, like, crazy.
Yeah.
You just want something that's going to chill you out. This is it.
I like burgers with sour beers. I
That makes
don't
sense.
know why, but I like it. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, most wheat beers are good with like burgers and wings and things.
I would imagine it has to do with, like, fat content because...
Yeah, fat versus like the acid.
Yeah, it's like, let's balance you out. You got this weird, you're eating a burger and it's freaking delicious and juicy, falling apart. And then you're like, all right, and the beer to cut all the fat I just put in my mouth. Do you want to start on something kind of funny? Or you want to start on something
funny?
Yeah, we'll start on something light, like this beer, okay?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Oh, it's not light, but you know what I mean. Like,
That was a good pun.
I'm sorry. Anyway. Okay. I love Would You Rather questions.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're a lot of fun to me because they're usually just, stupid hypothetical. And always, I feel like ones about body stuff is just the funniest. It always gets
It's always
me.
the weirdest.
Yeah, they're always the weirdest. And you make you most uncomfortable. This one's not too bad. Just it relates to your hair, okay? Mm-hmm. Would you rather have a shoulder-length hair? Okay, so it's down to your shoulders.
Nice bob.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I know.
Short summer bob.
No. Okay, it's down to your shoulders,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a Friar Tut haircut. Okay. Or
so bald on top,
but
the
sides have come down.
Cul-de-sac on top.
Cul-de-sac,
and the sides have grown all the way down to your shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Horseshoe haircut on top.
All right.
All the way down to your shoulders. Right?
What's the other one?
The other one is completely shaved except for a random, oddly placed ponytail on the side of your head.
You look like a kid's doll that got shaved.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Essentially, yes. Yeah. Which would you rather have?
God.
Which could you get through society with easier?
Oh my God. And you can't get through society with either of those. Where do you come up with these?
I don't know.
Do you find my brain?
I literally think of just super ass funny thoughts and just write them down. Like, hey.
Dumb. Like, what's the stupidest way I can look? And then what's the other stupidest way I can look?
Yeah. Which one would you rather look like?
Which other dumb way would you look?
Yeah.
I'm just imagining the one that makes me laugh more is the shoulder length.
Yeah. That was rough.
Because I'm imagining someone just kind of shaking it around a little. You can see.
Yeah.
You can see it just kind of just lightly brushing their shoulders
Yeah.
every time they move it around,
Yeah.
like they're imagining that there's hair on top, but there isn't.
Well, and it's like maybe it's tickling their neck, and they're just like, I gotta shake it. I gotta shake it a little bit.
Oh my God, that is so funny. I feel like the ponytail you could get away with because maybe you can like mess with the length and do something wild with it.
Yeah, you could braid it.
Yeah, you could do something real weird. People are like, that's different.
No, I feel like
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he has something wrong. Maybe he has that like alopecia or something. He can't
Just
grow
got
it.
one.
And so he just rocks what he can.
I think I would like.
The other one's like, dude, cut it off.
Yeah, give up, man. You're bald.
What are you
right?
doing? Yeah, this guy just doesn't care anymore. This other guy's trying
The other
for
guy's
no
a mad
reason.
scientist in a cave somewhere. He's like working on projects. He got things going on. Trying to raise this.
I'm also imagining that the hair curls under.
Yeah.
So it's not just straight. It goes down and it curls under.
Yeah.
So it's got this really weird sort of like quality, like it's trying to grab the back of your neck.
It's trying to give you a little pinch. Just
Yeah.
a little pinch on the back of your
It's
neck.
just constantly tickling your shoulders.
Oh.
God, that's gross.
I think I've got a follow up to this because it's so in my mind it's so funny to me. But I think I could do the Jedi, like the Padawan ponytail, because that's pretty much what that is. Like, you could sell that as, like, I'm extreme, or I've just got a weird sense of style. The other one is, like, you haven't given up on your youth. You know, like, oh my God. I can still grow it long, guys. Like, I can still hang on to it.
It's like the villain from Dennis the Menace. He, like, tries to...
Christopher Lloyd.
But cleaner.
Yeah, but clean.
Yeah.
Super clean and full.
Christopher
it's
Lloyd
got to be full, too.
Full and clean.
Not thin and scraggly. Full locks down to your shoulders.
Oh, my God.
You couldn't go... I don't think I could feel confident. Like, I don't think I could dress up nice to go on a date and feel good about myself with either of those haircuts.
Yeah.
You know, like, taking pictures with your, like, other person, you're just like, looking fresh for this date, and you got that, like...
Imagine like, they show up, they're a little self-conscious. They show up to the date. Like they want to grow it out, they want it to look good, so they put a hat on. And they're like, yeah, man, you got some hair.
Yeah.
But then they walk outside, and a stiff breeze just blows that thing off, and you see that for the first time.
I mean, you could Donald Trump it, you know, just like...
Maybe, but I feel like what would happen is if you were on, like, say you were a male or female, whatever the case may be, and you see this person, and they're like, all right, they're wearing a hat on the first date, whatever, they got some hair, they got a great personality, and that thing blows off, and then it's like that scene in Indiana Jones where you see the Ark of the Covenant, and you just melt away.
Yeah. You scream.
Yeah.
Your face falls off and like a jello.
Yeah, it just melts off and it's just your skeleton underneath. Yeah. That turns to ash.
Man.
You can't walk around with something that dangerous.
Okay, so here's the follow-up. Here's the follow-up question, okay?
Okay.
Because we're talking about personally, which one would you rather have? Which would you rather your significant other have?
God damn it. The ponytail.
Yeah, that I could work with the ponytail.
It's weird, and at the same time, I feel like your significant other would listen to you enough to be like, "Please cut that off. Let's just get you a wig, or hey, let's just tattoo the whole head and shave that one part, and then you can rock that like a punker.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's do it. But it's got to be the ponytail. There's no way that any human will be okay with the other."
Some people have, like, diseases where they lose, like, their hair. Like, women lose, you know.
Yeah, but, like...
they literally bald like
true.
that.
Well, now I feel like an insensitive jerk. It's 2 episodes
You're so
in a row.
bad. God.
I'm sorry. It just comes out.
Asshole.
It comes out of my mouth, and
See how I pinned you into that question? I just pinned you down.
You pigeonhole me into embarrassing myself.
Yeah, that was the plan all along. I get Micah to make fun of women that have, like,
I wasn't making fun of women. I wasn't.
Oh, you heard it here.
I wasn't.
You're like, damn it, son of a bitch.
You say it, and then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Some people. There's always that joke. There's always that joke you can make about anything, but but some people, and then you kind of feel bad.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's whatever.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah, just own.
I'm gonna own what I've done.
Own your thoughts. Okay?
I'm sorry. I made fun of some people. If you have problems, I apologize.
Episode 2, we're losing listeners right now.
By the second.
They're all jumping off board. This boat is on fire. Leave it at this very moment.
All right. So, back to the beer for a second. I wanted to mention that this beer, Jammer, is a 4% ABV.
Oh.
And for people who are into IBU counts, this one's at 16.
What's an IBU count?
It's like your hop count, essentially, like how spicy in the hop category you're going to get. So IPAs are going to have a higher IBU, whereas, like...
You're wrong.
What? I thought that was right. That wasn't me saying, jackass.
IBU is actually a bitterness level. So if it's a 70, it's going to be pretty bitter. If it's 100, it's like, fuck, this is a bitter-ass beer. And you're right, it's usually IPAs. Hops.
Yeah, so your hop... I guess that's the same, kind of. Anyways, yeah, you're right. It's the bitterness of the beer. So your IPAs are going to have more because their hop count's higher, so their bitterness is much higher.
Very smooth beer, not very bitter, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Got it.
Very light.
Thought we wanted to clarify for those that don't know what IBU is.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I just know it's always referenced in hops, so...
Yeah.
But I guess specifically bitterness is the way to count that. So.
Exactly.
Anyways.
Exactly.
Thanks for embarrassing me.
2 times.
Twice in a row.
Here.
God, my ass burns right now.
Got him. Woo. Woo. Oh, okay. Another thing to talk about.
Just did the Blazing Wing challenge. That's how hot it is down there.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Well, I don't want to like jump into all the questions because someone didn't prepare, other things to talk about. It's just mine. But 3 times. Just.
Oh, sorry. I brought all the equipment and set all the shit up.
I'm editing it all, doing all the work. I'm providing content here.
And I'm doing all the back end shit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
We all have our part to play. Screw you, man.
Screw you, buddy.
I'll bring something to the table one of these days.
Nothing but charm and good looks.
Yeah. Tight t-shirts.
Tight, yeah. You wore this medium today. You wore this medium. But you lost weight. You look good.
I have lost weight. It's a muscle tee.
Oh. Well,
no, it's not really.
When are the muscles coming?
One day. I ordered them and they haven't come yet.
Oh, shit. Okay. I'll work on it. Okay, hey, so we're changing beer. Sorry, took a little break. Had to rinse out some glasses.
And my bladder.
And Micah's pea-sized bladder.
Yes, it's tiny.
What's going on with my mic? I'm not hearing anymore.
Oh, did it mute? Wait. You're recording? Talk.
Check. Okay, I'm back. Something happened with my headset. I'm not really sure. Anyway, Micah's, nickel-sized bladder that he has. He has to empty after every 6 ounces.
I'm a quick beer.
Yeah. So we're changing beers, and we're going to let Sir Micah introduce this next one for us.
Yes, this is called, this is actually from a brewery called Monday Night Brewing, based out of Atlanta. And this beer is called Dr. Robot, and it is a blackberry lemon sour. Let me pull up what they have.
Not in a trailer park anymore, guys.
But it is. Is it? No, it's not. So this is just their mantra. Just a little bit about Monday Night Brewing if you've never heard of them before. Monday Night Brewing is an Atlanta-based craft brewery. We brew beers for the weeknights. Balanced, flavorful ales that pair well with food.
What do they say this pairs with? Did they give me pairings?
You know what? That's a good question. Let me pull this up. So this beer is a tart, fruity sour beer. Dr. Robot is as playful as its name. After souring to a delightful tart level, we add blackberry juice and lemon zest to enhance and balance the flavor. The juice gives this beer a pink hue. The perfect blend of sweet and sour, Dr. Robot is a refreshing year-round sipper.
So I'm going to go ahead and say, I don't look for sour beers. Sometimes I do it just out of boredom of every other beer that I've tried. Because sours tend to, I don't know, they're almost like a cider. It's like a wine and a beer. It's all combined in this big, messy, fun thing. And so it's got a lot of flavor. But I will say, for any of the ladies listening who are like, I don't really like beer, I love ciders, I would tell you to venture into sours because they do have that kind of sweetness about them, but they're still a beer, and it's not a cider per se. So there's something happening. But hit pause. We'll get back into this.
Okay, we're back.
Okay, so yeah, my kid was sorry. One of my kids was heating up a bowl of soup for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
It's like the equivalent of trying to cook like a raw chicken. How long should this for?
5 minutes. So I just put it in 5.
Just throw it in for 5. It'll be all right. It'll cook all the gross stuff out.
It'll be fine. It'll be crispy.
Worms won't start growing out of it. It's good.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about this sour beer, and I was just saying, anybody who's maybe afraid of beers or just like, I don't like the flavor, but I like ciders, I like Angry Orchard, I like, any of those fun things that are out there. Cider-wise, sour beers are so close to it that you might actually enjoy them. In the chaos that was the 5-minute bowl of soup, I was like, hey, my wife is not a beer person. She does love cider. I said, hey, try the sour out. She tried it. She's like, oh, I could drink this easily. So this is a great beer for someone who's like, I don't like traditional beer.
Yeah, it's like an introductory sort of beer. Like, my roommate doesn't like beer, but he kind of enjoyed that. It has like almost a like a yummy grape juicy sort of flavor.
Yeah.
Because of the blackberry and everything,
Yeah.
but it's also got that sour taste. It does have like the alcoholic quality. Yeah, you could throw that on like a wine sort of category. The pairings that the website listed were like simple things like salads, berries, fish. Fish would be really good. Fish is good.
Salmon would be like this would be great with salmon.
Exactly. So that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
With sour beers and stuff.
Great.
No, this is a good.
Great summertime like grilled foods beer. I'm trying to think of. Okay, so I was in Target recently with Carrie. We're shopping for clothes, and Target has done a really good job, I feel like, of trying to make women feel better about their bodies, because a lot of they have a lot more plus size, like not just clothing, but dummies, models, like all the imaging.
That's correct.
Right? Looks more acceptable of body image. And then I wander over to the guy section, and it's still everybody has a fucking 6-pack and just like perfect teeth.
There's no dad bod.
There is no dad bod section in there or at Walmart. At Walmart. Okay?
We're gonna start a movement for dad bod mannequins.
Dad bod mannequins.
Actually, we're just gonna start a company called Dad Bod Mannequins.
Daddiquinns. Okay? Who are some Daddiquinns out there?
Imagine a dad. It's a mannequin, and no matter how you dress it up, it has a beer gut.
Yeah. It's got
And
a little bit
it's
of
kind of sticking out. And he has bad posture, and they shove like fake beers into his hand.
Yeah.
Most of the clothing is like cargo shorts with a lot of pockets.
Yeah.
And unbuttoned, unbuttoned button downs.
And unlike other mannequins, it would actually have bags under its eyes. That would be that would be the key to a daddiquin.
I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Stressed the fuck out, man. God damn it.
Just like realistic mannequins, and then they put clothes on, and you're like, this is about as nice as you can look.
Yeah.
This is you at your best, I guess.
Okay, so like for me, like I definitely have a dad bod. I'm not in poor health, but I'm not in like extreme physical shape. Like I can run a mile or 2 pretty easily if I so choose, but I've got a gut. Can't get rid of the gut. Because I choose to eat pizza and not like salads.
Oh yeah, like I've lost weight, but I still eat pizza.
Yeah, like food's good. I love it.
I'm okay with a little gut.
But at the same time, you go to the store and you see a mannequin, because that's what I do. I look at the model display. I'm like, I like that style, and then I'll go try that style on and look in the mirror and be like, I should cut myself when I get home.
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding. That's not funny.
Play the Momo game when I get home.
Yeah. So this Momo thing, it told me, lose some weight or I'm going to show up at your house and shit in your bed.
Someone builds out a real Momo game, but it's not exactly like the one that's online right now. It's like, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to do super gross, weird shit to you while you look at my creepy face.
Yeah. Like, I'm going to fill a balloon with snot and I'm going to put it, like...
You wake up...
And you got to chew on it.
You wake up and it's in your corner and it's kind of creepy. And in the middle of the night, you see it. You turn the light on. It doesn't... It's still there. It's not like an illusion. But it's just shitting in your trash can, and you're like, okay, well now this isn't scary. This is just disgusting.
I mean, at least it's in the trash can.
Yeah,
you know, like that's pretty responsible.
Well, you know, it's at least kind in some parts.
Yeah, it does have some semblance of kindness in the world.
You're gonna remember this, but let's not make too much of a mess here.
Let's not make it a thing. Can we not make it a thing?
Yeah. Don't make it a thing. I really had to go. I was just stopping by.
But really honestly, though, back to like, the main point of like that needs to be a thing. Like dudes
That's a good point.
Definitely don't look the same, and we aren't for sure as hell.
Guys go through the same sort of like I hate the way I look shit as women. We just don't talk about it as much.
No,
like and like.
And we don't think about it.
And it's always, it is definitely worse for women. I feel like the standards are definitely a lot higher, and it's unfortunate. But Guys do the same stuff. So if we can get some plus size mannequins for women, let's get some dad bod mannequins for men.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get some straight up Daddiquinns.
I want to see a fucking package of Hanes that has the dude that's like your dad waking you up on a Saturday morning with a pot and pan in his hand.
And a
you know what I mean? Yeah, like a semi chub. He's half there. He was squeezing on mom or whatever before he got up.
Yeah, like I want a mannequin where the belly is a little over the waistband,
Just
so
a
I
tad.
can tell how it's supposed to look on me.
Right. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want to know this.
That's realistic. I could see myself in that.
Yeah, like, oh, that's what I'll look like. Good. Not, I think that's probably why guys don't think about it, because it's like, well, the mannequin looks like this in that shirt, so that's how I look. And, we're just kind of stupid.
Man, that looks great on the mannequin, but on me, it looks like a trash bag.
Yeah. Have you ever seen potatoes try to wear flannel? This is it.
That's me.
I am potatoes wearing flannel.
Hi, my name's Potatoes. I have a flannel shirt on today.
Right.
Most of the time, we're going to move from, easiest to drink beer or, lightest in ABV up to the strongest or hardest to drink. So
that's the plan now. Maybe last week it wasn't the plan. That's the plan now.
Last week got out of hand. I spilled beer on a phone.
I flushed a toilet right next to the mic.
Right in the middle of the podcast, and it ran for a minute.
Yeah, it was so cool.
It was the best audio experience you will ever have. So if you haven't listened to that one, go back.
That's I think we're going to get better per episode, but first it was fun. It was a fun time.
We went from a bathroom with kitty litter to a small boy's bedroom with probably hidden boogers somewhere.
Oh, there's definitely some
There's a treasure
But
trove
I will
of boogers
say
somewhere.
for his room, even though he's 10, right?
Clean, actually. I'm really surprised.
Oh, well, we cleaned it before he got here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we vacuumed it, really cleaned this fucker because he doesn't know how to clean. Anyway.
I take everything I said back about him.
Yeah, no.
You dirty mongrel.
He has this awesome dartboard set up because the guy who who lived here before us played darts across the globe or on the internet somehow. And so he set up this whole we might as well be at a bar somewhere throwing darts.
It's true. It is a legit dartboard with wood behind it and chalk walls and stuff.
Exactly. So anyway, I had a thought. Jeez, what was that thought? Hold on, let me think of something really funny. I can't remember what it was. Wow.
When I was talking about about him or about...
No, just the bowl of soup.
Oh.
And chicken. Okay, here's a great question. Okay. You cook at home, right? You guys cook pretty often. What's the dumbest thing you ever did cooking wise? You're just like, I'm gonna make something, learning to cook
Oh, yeah, that would have been early on. I don't really make that. I pretty much know what I'm capable of now. But
in the beginning phases when it was I don't live with mom anymore and I'm gonna cook.
Burnt the hell out of some steak before, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Just dry. You're
I'm amazed.
I dip this in ranch now. It's ruined.
Yeah, that'll help.
I'm still going to eat it because I have no money because I'm in college. But
The best thing was realizing that how afraid our dad was of red meat.
Oh, my God.
So we would grow up and be steak night, which was great, because we didn't always have that as kids.
It was rare. It
was very rare. So there was 7 of us.
The steaks weren't.
No, the steaks were not rare. The steaks were definitely just souls.
It's like that scene in Christmas Vacation where they're eating the turkey after it's dried out.
Yeah, he's yeah, just
it's like that. You're having to chew the heck out. You can crunch on it a lot. That's usually what my dad likes.
Yeah,
with steak. He likes it burnt. He loves that charred grill taste.
That charred grilled. I can't chew it.
Yeah, I tried to make a steak for him, a medium well. I didn't even do it medium. I just did a medium well.
Touch of pink.
Yeah, just a touch of pink, and he fucking ate around the pink, and I was offended. I was like, Dad, I made this, and Mom was like, oh, this is great. I never get to have it like this. And I never get to have it how it's supposed to be made. I made hers medium, and then his I made a couple that were a little more normal, but none of them were cooked all the way through. He likes it. Was forcing him to do this.
So funny.
And he ate it. He's like, it's pretty good. I just mentally can't get past it. And I was like, good God. He would eat a few things here and there, but then he looked at his plate, and it looked like somebody had cut up all of his steak for him like a little kid. I ended up just feeding the rest of my dog. I was like, good Lord.
I mean, to his defense, he did grow up on a farm. like with cows and like the whole thing. So I don't know if that plays into it. He's like,
no, I don't know. No, I think it's just because that's just how his dad was. So they cooked everything all the way through. Like, I think that's really it is. I think it's just a passed down trait of being like, no, they didn't like pink in their food because it freaks them out, so they just cook it all the way through.
It's kind of like hugs, like they don't give hugs.
Yeah, our family. It's hard for me to read if I should hug a person or not. Like I haven't been hugged enough in my life. No, mom hugs. Dad's like the most awkward side hugger you've ever seen in your life. You're like, it kind of gives you a weird squeeze. Like, okay, I guess this will work.
with that snort.
Yeah, like, I love you, son.
Like, he means it, but he just can't express it physically.
Does not compute.
Yeah. What's great is Granddad is the worst. Like, you ever try to give... Because it's like...
Oh, yeah. I try to force him into hugs just from the pure entertainment value.
I try to force him into hugs, just because, like... there's not much time left, Granddad, like... Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, hey...
yeah. He has a cow vein in his neck holding him together.
Is it a cow vein?
It's a cow vein. Oh, my God. Yeah, from his surgery. He's part animal. I mean, the dude never stops working. He's like 90 and he's still tries to do stuff like working his garden on roofs. And
but at his age, especially with us, it's like you kind of realize like, time's coming. It's gonna get you, and it's like, dude, I just want to give you a hug because I love you. Yeah. Us being a generation that's like more okay with that.
From and he's more like, hug me when I'm dead.
Yeah. I'll hug you when I'm sleeping in the dirt. Like,
hug my body you want, then I won't care.
Right.
All right, we've moved to the next beer now.
Yeah. Here we are.
That one?
Just let it belch out. Just get it.
I don't want people to hear me. I don't want people to hear me burp every fucking week. That's gonna get real disgusting and old.
Hey guys.
Was that ASMR for you fucking perverts?
The creamy jeans of that one.
Oh my God. Yeah, I try to burp away from the mic and like quietly as much as possible because I feel like that would just get so like you'd be driving to work listening to this. You're just like, God, fuck, these guys are disgusting.
That is honestly, and I love their podcast, but it is Tom Segura, Christina P. Like that's all they do is they have a fart mic. They fucking fart in a mic, and I can't handle it. I love you guys. If you ever listen to our podcast, I would love to meet you.
Just fart a little less sometimes.
Could you just not make it a deal? Let's not make it a deal. Everyone farts, okay? We don't got to talk about it.
I haven't farted in 16 years.
Yeah. I keep a cotton pad on my butthole at all times to silence my farts. I'm just kidding.
Insulate the noise constantly.
Instead of just being like, it's like, like that. Just, yeah. Boom. Like that. Seriously though, like I'm with you. Like no one, people listen to it and whatever, and let's not belch in the mic all the time, man. It's gonna happen.
I had to get one. I feel like I had to get one and address it, and then I might not even include that. I might just edit that.
Oh, no, you gotta include it. It's content. It's
fair.
Good.
That's fair. Okay, so we moved on to our next beer. Let's see. Actually, if you want to read off that can.
Let's go. Okay, here we go. It's Honky Tonk King Bee, and this is by Honky Tonk Brewing Company out of Nashville, Tennessee, which we are so proud to have here on this. The friendly worker bees at Honky Tonk Brewing crowned this tasty blonde ale as the King Bee. It is fermented with a generous helping of Florida orange blossom honey, brewed with a hint of orange zest, and balanced with a citrus zing from Cascade hops. We hope you enjoy it. That's it.
That's pretty good. I like that. That's a good description. They don't have a lot on their website. I will say this is a
very small brewery.
Brewing operation. They got a spot in downtown, but honestly, I will say, for the most part, this place is hard to find anything about.
They're very young. I don't know how long. Do you know how long they've been a thing?
I'm trying to find them out. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of info out there.
Just for any listeners that are checking in, we're anytime we do these podcasts, we're just trying to find beer that we are unfamiliar with. And so whether that's a brewer that we know, but they put out a flavor we don't know about, or whatever. Today we've ranged everywhere from something in Seattle to Brooklyn to our hometown here in Nashville. And, obviously the ones that are across the country have a better base about them, but this is one of those companies that's like they're probably a year or two old and they're growing in popularity and they make good beer, so we want to talk about it.
And they don't so I will say, as far as Honky Tonk, there's not a lot of info about this specific brewery and like what they do. They have a space that they brew out of.
You got Twitter, Instagram, what do they got?
I have an Instagram.
Okay.
They don't have a Twitter, they have a Facebook.
What's their Instagram?
It is just Honky Tonk Beer.
Okay.
They just apparently their whole thing is just like kind of just keeping it real. Like they're super simple. They don't try to do too much. I mean, they're really small. They do distribute a lot in the Nashville area. Nashville's a pretty big it city, so if you're ever wanting to come down and visit, you'll see this beer around. Apparently, one of their other big things is that they love promoting like their beers by putting them at specific like bar venues that have music.
Okay,
so
cool.
Like the Basement East.
Nice.
Or the Meat Room or 12th and Porter. They did have Paradise Park on here, which is funny because Paradise Park isn't open anymore. That closed down and has been sold and turned into something else.
Paradise Park was the shit.
It was like one of the best Broadway bars.
So
Broadway's kind of garbage.
Let's just talk about it because I don't know who's going to listen to this, and I hope it's people that are not from here.
Well, hold on one second.
Okay, go ahead.
About the beer itself.
Yes, yeah. Let's go there.
We've tried the beer. You've tried the beer.
Yeah. Solid.
It's a great, just like honey blonde beer. It does have a little bit of like properties that remind me of a brown ale, essentially. Cause I think it's got some caramel something in there. There's something in there that has a darker feel than what it actually is.
Probably the honey.
It is well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, honey doesn't just make it caramel. You know what I mean? Like brown. But it is a thicker beer. It foams really easy whenever you're kind of pouring it, so you have to be a little careful when you're pouring that into a glass. The can has beautiful art on it.
Yes.
But this is the King Bee Blonde Ale from Honky Tonk, and it's pretty dang good. But like we're saying about Paradise Park.
Yeah. Well, actually, hold on. I need to get a taste of this because I'm sitting here thinking one of my favorite things about beer in general is food. Like,
oh yeah.
Like that's honestly, it's like what am I drinking and what am I eating? Mm-hmm. Like those two things go together. So I'm trying to think like what would I eat with this that would just be so freaking good. Like what's a good seller on it? Honky Tonks. If this was like, okay, let's pair with some food that you'd find at a Honky Tonk, what you would find if you're not familiar with Tennessee or Nashville is like a fried bologna sandwich like that. That actually might be really damn good with this beer, and would be totally acceptable for you to be just chowing down on while you're, in between watching somebody sing about, I don't know, country shit. Yeah.
What's good about this beer is it's kind of thick when it goes down. Like it feels like it will fill you up, but it is subtle in flavor. It is not overpowering. I kind of like.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can tell it's got a lot of flavor, but
feels fuller than it tastes.
Yeah. It's like Doctor Who. It's bigger on the inside. Like that.
yeah, exactly.
That's what it is. But yeah, this is a good beer. It's really good. The fried bologna be good. It's a good burger beer. Like this is a good burger beer.
Especially at Paradise Park, like they did open up like a food side of it.
Oh yeah, it was great.
And it was good, and they did have just like good dirty. Shit,
bar
burgers.
food. Yep,
like they were good. Like you couldn't go playing with it. No, you're right. That's a good burger beer.
Excuse me. Oh my lord, terrible.
Maybe some Dayquil or something, man.
I just need like this demon to leave my body. That's what I need. Okay, here's something we're going to talk about because it's been all over my feed. We mentioned it already earlier. Mm-hmm. Is the Momo crisis that's fucking going on? Which at this point, it's coming out that pretty sure it's complete bullshit.
And apparently, it started in 2016 originally.
Oh yeah, it started a while ago, and it's
older
like
internet hoax. Yeah,
and it's restarted somehow, but like, and there's videos of people showing it on their phone, like, no, this Momo thing is real. This is a real thing. Like, look at this video of me on my camera, like on my phone. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like they're holding their phone, recording it. I'm trying to explain that well. They have the phone in their hand. They also have another phone in their other hand. They're recording that Peppa Pig, and it's like, this is Momo. So, one, I don't believe it's real. I believe it's totally fabricated by some a teenage goth kid that's like sitting in his room covered with Cheeto dust all over his fingers and like a terrible haircut. And he's just like, this could be so funny, which is not funny if it's real at all. But the second thing is urban legends as a kid, they always exist. They're a real thing. Like, everyone has something they believed. What was an urban legend that you believed as a kid that now as an adult you're like, that was fucking stupid? Like,
oh man, urban legends. That's tough because like a lot of urban legends for people are like local. They're like colloquial, essentially, as far as
okay, yeah,
you know, like if you lived out in like West Virginia, there's a bunch of them. Like the Mothman is a thing out there. You know, Bigfoot's
Right.
still a big is big in lots of parts of the country, but it's also really big there.
right.
I don't think as a kid I had a lot of like urban legend beliefs. I thought zombies were real for a long time. I was like, no, zombies are out there somewhere, man. Like somebody's gonna make zombies.
So wait, it's real.
Yeah, H1N1's real, man. It's gonna be zombies. And then it felt like things like that, like vampires, like a lot of movie centric things felt kind of real. Also, you guys, because I'm the youngest of three other brothers, y'all were pretty much like, Santa's not real at like 5 and just crushed everything.
Yeah, I don't
Which
remember believing in
explains a lot.
Santa.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, and I don't think mom and dad were like super into. I mean, they love doing it. And just they still to this day like joke around and write Santa and stuff, but they weren't like those parents that are like, oh, I want my kid to super believe in Santa all the time. So, anyways,
yeah, if you hear random shushes in the background, it's my wife telling my kids to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, or it's ghosts.
Or it's ghosts.
Or it's ghosts, because I don't believe in ghosts. I used to believe in like ghosts and stuff too. I don't believe in that now.
Okay.
But a big one for me, and this is a weird one because this isn't a real thing or an urban legend or a normal thing, is when I was a kid I had nightmares about Sweetums from the Muppet, Jack Job.
Yeah. Yeah,
Recurring nightmares of this giant monster Muppet,
brown Muppet
running down the road towards our house while I'm standing in the driveway, like coming to get me. And I think that like sometimes because of how often these dreams happen, I love the Muppets, but that for some reason that one character really got me on a regular basis.
Yeah, I had the same dream. That's a weird thing.
Yeah,
like I literally had the same thing. Like you could see him running down the hill. He's like, "Oh, bro!"
Yeah, he's like, and he's just coming at you. And I was,
guys, like,
I'm Jack Job.
Like, what's funny about Sweetums was that he was actually like his name, like he was a good character, like it was an ironic character. Like,
yeah.
You know, I'm actually a really sweet character,
but I look like a monster.
Terrifying as a thing.
Yeah, I think so it wasn't really as much like an urban legend. It was more of just like a nightmare that felt like it could be a real thing eventually because it happened so often. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was more like that. So for the longest time, that Muppet and as a kid, it's hard to differentiate. Like, you kind of know Muppets aren't real, but there's this other party that wants them to be real.
Yeah.
So it's hard to differentiate when you're like 6.
Well, you know what's great is like if you go to Disney World, which you should totally go. I mean, you're an adult now and you have money, so you should at some point.
I'm working on it.
I mean, you don't got to go spend thousands of dollars. But you could go down there for a weekend.
Yeah, my roommate goes every year because his sister works for Disney.
So anyway, you could definitely go, especially being like, you got a girlfriend, like y'all could just go and have the best time ever. You have no idea as an adult how fun that place actually is. But they still have Muppets 3D, so they still have
awesome.
It actually is awesome. It's in Hollywood Studios, and so you go through this whole thing. You got the glasses on. It's pretty funny. I love the old guys. They're like my spirit animal.
Yes,
I think.
yes. I forget their names every time. Stadler and
Waldorf. That's him. Anyway, so they still have those guys, but at the end of the show, fucking Sweetums, the real thing, comes out like from the side of the stage. And what's great is every time he comes out, there's some kid in the background who's like, no, just dying.
We should start like an internet hoax about Sweetums being a real like something crazy about Sweetums. It would be, people are so stupid. They're so dumb. They would totally believe that like Sweetums. A person stole the Sweetums costume and murdered like 15 people.
Lord, I don't want to do that though, because it's like, don't ruin Sweetums, man. I mean, he's already terrifying. And kids
he
have
used to terrify
nightmares.
me as a child, so now he's gonna terrify everyone.
Now he's real. Anyway, but yeah, so he really comes out, and every time he comes out, there's at least one child that is screaming bloody murder because he can just run wherever he wants. Like he's in costume. Full bore, mouth moves. It's not, and he's talking like it is like
that's
Thing.
terrifying.
No, it's
terrifying.
great. Like I was terrified as a kid, but as an adult, like yeah, my kids are real scared right now.
But I love watching them be scared.
But I love this. It's a weird thing.
I feel like I'm gonna be a terrible parent. Like I'm just gonna want to scare my kids all the time.
No, scaring kids is hilarious. It's so funny. Like it's so funny. Like they know better now though.
Later.
They know better now because, like, I can try and coax them into a room or something. What's funny is I'll just disappear sometimes, like, you know, as dads do. In some kids' lives, they just disappear. And never come back.
God.
I'm sorry. Anyway, no, I'll just disappear and, like, go to, like, somewhere in the house, and I just will, like, I'll stay there until people notice that I'm gone. They'll be like,
God.
Where's Dad? Where's Dad at? And then I'll start doing something like just whistling.
Just that the ringtone that you can get on your phone, like that.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I'll start doing something to give a clue, like I'm somewhere in the vicinity, and you got to come find me. And
you're
now,
playing Marco Polo, but you're gonna scare the shit out of them.
Yeah, and they know it, and so they don't play anymore. There's like, I'm not coming in there, Dad. I know it's you. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop doing that. But you know what I hate about the Momo thing is I just feel like people are so like they don't question shit. Like it's like, you know, like this Momo thing comes up and it came out 2016, like you said, it was earlier, and now it's come out again, and people are just going freaking nuts with it.
Yeah, I didn't know about it in 2016, so when I first saw it, I was like, well, this is messed up if this is real. And then I went on Reddit, because Reddit's kind of a funny place to look at stuff like that, and there were some like legitimate Reddit questions about whether, but now I don't know if this was Reddit playing into the playing into it, which
it's Reddit.
Yeah, it's Reddit.
It's like,
they're probably going to, but they were. I mean, it was like people trying to actually investigate it, like it was a real thing.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, I don't know. And then like I just kind of stayed on the fence, and if people talked about it, I was like, I don't. If it's real, I don't like it, but I don't know.
I'm just
and then,
of the opinion.
No, this is a hoax.
I'm of the opinion is like if it is real, okay, and parents need to know. I want to like, show me the video, link it.
Yeah.
YouTube, put the link up. Yeah, I know you might be embarrassed because some troll made this video, but at the same time, like, we want to see it and understand it, and if we don't, then it's not real.
They're like, it's hacking Fortnite, and it's like,
there's no way to hack Fortnite.
No, it's not a thing. You would have to hack the entire server, and it would have to be like a broadcast of the.
Right.
Like that's not how that works. It's not how technology works necessarily. Like a game,
like that would shut down the game for 10 seconds, and they would know. Like
it would have to be a massive. It would have to be like hacked into their servers specifically to do something that crazy. Like it would have to screw up so much stuff. And the other thing is that you're downloading a hard copy of a game onto a system, so it's like you have a hard copy that's connected to the internet. There's no way for that hard copy to suddenly change. You have to do it to everything. Like people just don't.
It would have
get
to come in
technology.
the form of an update. Like an update would have to come out, and Momo would be on it.
Yeah, majority of the people that are like sharing this are either just people who don't care to look, or they're just stupid old people.
All right, so our final beer of the day here is from Elysian Brewing Company, which they make fantastic beer. If you've not had any Elysian product or whatever, if you see it at your grocery store, at your liquor store, wherever it is, excuse my hand, for making extra noise. If you see any of their products, I would definitely pick it up and try it out. One of their better ones that I've had recently is called Stardust. It's also an IPA. It's a hazy IPA, but it's freaking really, really, really good.
Yeah.
But this one is called Dayglow that we're trying today. It's also an IPA. This is their description. It says, Dayglow crashes the party with the juicy beat of hops, dripping with tropical sunshiny mosaic and sparkling with touches of El Dorado and Centennial. Those are two different types of hops, if you didn't know, El Dorado and Centennial.
Yeah.
Anyway.
For anyone who's not familiar with hop culture, there's a lot of like specific, something like brands of hops.
And that's something to mention anyway. It's not like a beer person, you know.
if you're just like, I've always drank the same thing for however many years, I've never really ventured out or tried different things. Like, hops are what give you all the flavor. Like, grains and malts do things. They help. They give them body. They give them texture. But really, like, certain smells, like, really all your smell comes from hops. It comes from what's called an alpha hop, which is like, it's basically just really floral. Like, if you smell something, it's like, oh, it smells like grapefruit. Like, that's hops that you're smelling.
That's true.
A flower.
It does. Yeah, either you get like a more floral tasting hoppy beer, or you get a more bitter, dry tasting hoppy. Like, that changes depending on the hop that you're using, so essentially. And
this is just quick 101 lesson. I'm not going to get super deep into it because I don't want to. Alpha hops are the things that smell nice. Beta hops, which are usually when you're brewing your beer, they're brewed longer. So it's like beta hops, that part of the flower, whatever, it's brewed for 60 minutes. Alpha hops are brewed for 15 to 20, and they just give you notes of smells.
Yeah.
And some flavor. They give you extra, but
it's
typically...
like marinade versus a seasoning.
Exactly, yeah. Beta's a marinade, seasoning is alpha.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, that's typically what you're getting in an IPA. Sorry to go total nerd on beer for you, but that's what it is.
No, that's part of the thing. You got to educate a little bit so people know. At least we're not just throwing out.
I'm not going to start throwing out formulas to you, but I could.
No, it's all good. I mean,
could if I wanted to.
I've never brewed. I've only helped you brew from time to time, so you know more than I do.
Yeah. But anyway, this is tasty as.
Yeah,
fuck.
I'm not a huge IPA fan. And for most people, this is regular for most people.
Yeah,
IPAs take time.
I think that's the most extreme. Outside of Saison, I think.
Saison.
Because that tends to be pretty spicy in a way. Yeah.
They're a little more citrus. They're like a citrusy. I love the citrus.
They're
like
really
a citrusy
pepper.
IPA. Okay.
Like you're eating like there's like I don't know. There's peppery notes to Saisons or whatever.
Yeah. Most of the time, I feel like most people that do like IPAs, it's not like you just like them right off the bat. It takes time.
It takes a long time to understand what you're tasting.
It is an acclimation of taste and understanding, and you get there if you force yourself to do it. I had a friend who just liked to drink Lagunitas at this one bar, and it was like, all right, I guess we're drinking pitchers of Lagunitas sucks tonight. And
if I didn't like beer, I would hate to be friends with that person. Like, I don't want to drink these all night. This sucks.
No, it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, all right, I'll deal with it. Like, I can drink it, I'm not enjoying it, but I don't really care. I'm drunk enough or whatever. So, and eventually you get used to them, and once you get used to them, you really are like, oh, I understand what's happening here. I like this. So that's the fun part about beer culture, is sometimes just like the learning of flavor.
Actually, until I brewed my own, I didn't understand what I was tasting. Like there was a lot of some people who are probably like super beer nerds, like, you still don't know what you're tasting like, and that's fair.
We're stupid.
Anyway, but I didn't
have a
understand.
combined IQ of 16 IBUs.
My brains are very smooth.
Yeah, I got some smooth ass brains, bro.
But I really didn't understand the process or how it was made or what I should be tasting or what a different style is versus the other or why it's important. And I mean, that helped me to gain that knowledge, and it also made me want to try more. I was like, okay, well, I get it. I get why it tastes this way or
exactly.
whatever. So.
Did you have any final topics you wanted to talk about?
Oh, I think we cleared all the topics, which sucks.
I want to talk about something funny.
Good, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
I love funny shit.
I'm going to bring something to the table here.
Is my reservation might be happening.
Your what?
A Pearl Diver reservation was talking about.
Oh, shit.
Let's go, man.
Okay, let's do it. All right, here we go. So, I don't know, how often have you ever shopped at an Aldi?
I've never shopped at Aldi.
Aldi is like, Aldi and Trader Joe's are essentially, have you ever been to Trader Joe's?
I've been to Trader Joe's. Okay. I've actually walked through Aldi before and got funny stories. Their whole thing is you come in, you pay for a cart, right?
Yeah, you put your quarter in.
Put a quarter in, whatever. I didn't realize that it's a trap. Once you get into the store, you're not leaving unless you go through the fucking checkout.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because I went through, I went in out of curiosity.
You gotta take a weird route to get out.
It's like IKEA. I went through it thinking I'm just gonna go through. I want to see their prices. I'm curious about
whatever, but it was like, oh no, you can't leave how you came, sir.
Yeah, I'm an Aldi fan. I love Aldi. I shop at Aldi
I've heard
once a week.
so many good things about Aldi.
Shop at Aldi once a week. But I will say, sometimes Aldi is almost like, if you were comparing like Kroger and Publix,
Yeah.
Aldi is Kroger. Publix is the nicer of the two.
Wait, say that again?
If you were comparing Kroger and Publix,
Yeah. Aldi is Kroger?
Aldi is Kroger and
That makes
Publix is
sense.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah,
Now
yeah, no, absolutely, yeah.
they are. It's two brothers that started. They're the same.
Right.
They're technically under the same umbrella.
Okay.
It's two brothers. One does Trader Joe's and the other does Aldi.
Really?
Right? Yes. So
Oh.
Aldi's like the same but trendier, different quality of food, different types of food, a little pricier.
Smart boys.
And then Aldi is like for more of like common man type, but I like Aldi a lot. I shop a lot there and I find a lot of good things. But sometimes you see some weird ass shit at Aldi.
Okay.
It's actually more of like if you were comparing like Walmart and Target. Walmart is Aldi. And
Yeah.
sometimes you see some weird stuff at Walmart. And the other day, and this is a fun question. The other day I went to Aldi
Yeah.
and saw one of the weirdest things I ever saw, just right outside the door, before I even got inside.
Let's go.
So there was an old man, an older gentleman,
Yep.
and he had an all gray sweatsuit plus a hood. Hood was up.
Okay.
Okay. He had some black sneakers, black sneakers like you would wear if you were working at a restaurant.
Okay.
Just kind of like nonchalant, no brand black sneakers you buy at Walmart.
Yeah, so, yep, Stinky Pete's. What we
Stink-
call those.
He's wearing black Stinky Pete's.
Yeah.
And then he also had on driving gloves.
Mm.
As
He's got
in,
a race.
as in fingerless, but also the knuckles were missing. So there was a circle around each individual knuckle.
Oh, he's ready.
so
for
he's
something.
ready to go.
There's something going on.
He was also holding 4 frozen pizzas. No bag, no cart. Waiting on his wife's minivan to pick him up from the front. And I could not get the image out of this man in my head. So
Wait, what kind of? I mean, I don't know what's. I've only glanced.
equivalent of a tombstone.
Okay, so
Tombstone
Red Baron,
pizza.
Tombstone.
Yeah, no, but like you know how Tombstone doesn't come in a box; it's just paper. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
plastic
just
wrap.
yeah.
4 of those bad boys, and
Ooh.
that's it.
Mm.
Just that,
Yeah.
and his sweatsuit and driving gloves, hood up, ready to fucking bounce out of that minivan. Jumped into a Honda Odyssey, said, "Babe, switch seats. I'm driving. I got the gloves on today," and took the fuck off.
What's your question here? This is a great.
What's
character.
the weirdest
I
thing
love
you've
this.
ever seen at a store? Like grocery store, Walmart, Target, whatever. What's the weirdest fucking thing you've ever seen at a Walmart?
It's definitely okay. So here's the absolute. It wasn't weirdest thing that I've seen. It's just the weirdest situation that I've been in.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, this works for sure.
This is
Okay?
2 episodes in a row we talk about Walmart. I don't know if this is Walmart, but
Because some weird shit happens
yeah,
at Walmart.
last time it was
weird,
fight strategies at a Walmart.
Yeah, fight strategies,
This time
and this almost led to a fight.
oh god,
so,
this
we're
is
there.
why it's on your mind.
Probably. So, you know, one of the things that we love to do, and you know this, is me and my wife love to go Black Friday shopping. That's just like
Oh yeah.
it's a fun event. It's actually been less fun because of how stores have moved the time that they're open. They've gone to Gray Thursday. You know, like
Yeah.
we're open at 6 on Thanksgiving. Like, okay, well that fucking sucks. But anyway, so back when it was legitimately Black Friday and nothing opened until Friday morning at some wee hour of the day,
Yeah.
we were in line at Walmart.
Okay.
And we'd gotten all our stuff. We were there with our friends, and like it was a thing. Like we were ready to check out, and this is before the time changes, like I said, and you could get in line at any point to wait because Walmart is 24/7. So you could show up at 8:30 on Thanksgiving and be there all night as they release their deals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And so anyway, we're there. We get all our stuff. We get all the deals we want. We got a basket. We're in line. There's like 15 freaking other carts in front of us, whatever that looks like. And this one lady singles us out to come and like starts going into a belligerent rant about prices and the economy.
These fucking white people out here.
Yeah. Do you know the sales? Why I get like, and she is like just adamant that we have the answers. Yeah, so much so that it's awkward. Like, she's yelling.
I
Like,
work in customer service, so I feel like this is my everyday. I sit in a fucking call center essentially and take calls.
Yeah.
And this is me every day. You will get at least one person that's like, yeah, man, it's crazy. And they go into conspiracy theories about shit. And you're like,
this was this
please,
woman. She
yeah.
started going into all just kind of ways. And like, she wouldn't look me in the eyeballs, but she would look my wife in the eyes. And so it was like, Carrie's just sitting there.
Carrie was giving her some sort of signal. It's like, I know.
No, she wasn't. Like, we were both just in shock. We're sitting there like, I don't know what's happening right now. Like, she's looking at me, I'm looking at her, and she's looking back at the crazy lady that won't look at me. And we're like, this is real? Okay, so we're here, and like, this is happening. And Carrie's just like, ma'am, I literally, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, she's just trying to be so respectful in that moment because you don't know like what someone's going through. Like maybe she took a hit of crack in the parking lot and she's coming in talking all this craziness on Black Friday, or she could just be mentally unstable. I don't know, but we were in that moment of like, this is too wild. Like, like you're just lifting your hands like Ricky Bobby, like, I'm not sure what to do with my hands. Like, that's how we felt. Like,
Oh
it
my
was
God.
a real thing.
God, that's
So
ridiculous.
trying to think if there's any other times that was like something that you saw that was super awkward or just a weird situation.
That's a good one, though. Just a crazy conspiracy theorist on Black Friday screaming at you.
Yeah.
Why did you choose me for this?
Why don't you have aluminum foil hats on? You're like, I don't know. Should I?
I've never seen signs. I don't know.
Right. I will tell you. Okay, so here's a question for you. You've been in the corporate world. How long have you been there?
A year and a half.
Okay, so not long. All right.
Yeah, not too long.
I've been in the corporate world for 13 years at this point. Long ass time.
I've been in there for a 10th.
Yeah, 10. But especially in call centers, there's just characters galore that live and breathe. They're just like, this is my life. I'm going to go home and close the blinds. I had one guy that legitimately would be pissed off if I changed the blind position. Like, he'd be like, no, you can't do that because they can see us. Like, that would be his response. I was like, who's they?
Andrew, what are you talking about?
There
They're
was
out there right now.
actual times he would wear a ball cap and have it lined with foil.
Dude. Okay, I don't have anything that weird at my work. I don't have anything that
Have you
weird.
pulled, office pranks. Best office pranks. You've got to have pulled one of those.
So last April Fool's.
Okay.
Oh shoot, April Fool's is coming up in a month. Heck
Yeah, we're there.
All
We're
right.
here.
I'm right, round 2. So
Yeah.
what I did was I printed off. First I went on the internet and I looked up just pictures of Guy Fieri,
There it is.
and I got a
Well,
bunch.
God bless Guy Fieri because
Yeah.
that dude, he's done a lot of good.
Yeah, Guy
As
Fieri.
much hate as he's like Nickelback, like
He's the
you had
Nickelback
some
of
hits,
food.
man, but people just want to clown on you. I can't help it. Go
Look
ahead.
at these fries.
Sure, I will.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what I did was I looked up a bunch of different hilarious pictures of Guy Fieri drinking sauces, eating things, just making general cool sunglass faces.
Yeah.
And I took about 10 to 12, I think it was like 12 different ones.
Okay.
And I edited them to where it was just the face. And there was one where he's literally drinking out of like a squeeze bottle. I kept the squeeze bottle in that one.
Yeah.
All the other ones is just the face. And then put those all into one graphic where it's just all those faces. And I printed out about 100 of those. And I cut out every individual face. And then I went around the office and after everyone had left the night before April Fool's, and I taped these different random pictures, and they were all different varying sizes too. So there's little ones, there's big ones, all over the place. There was about 500 Fieri heads
It's fantastic.
And I hid them
this.
all over the office. Now, some of them
So
were in
good.
plain sight. Whenever people
and
walk...
and some of them weren't. So
some of them
like,
weren't.
oh,
Some of them are
man,
still
holy
hidden
shit,
to this
yeah.
day. This is almost a year later, and there are Guy Fieri heads hidden all over the office, and people don't even know about it. They're in drawers, in books, in random things people will never open, ever. And they will be there forever. I hid it in people's like computers, under their keyboards, their mouses. I taped it to different things. When you walked into the office, the first thing you saw was Guy Fieri's head, and then I made a quotation bubble.
Yeah.
It was like, we have glass doors when you walk in. So on the glass doors, it was just Guy Fieri's head, and it said, "Welcome to Flavor Town." And then you walk in, and there's Guy Fieri heads posted everywhere. And for at least the first week, so we have like random photos around the office, like framed, like artwork.
Yeah.
His face was hidden in the photos too. Like I put his head on other people's heads, and people didn't notice for a good minute, like at least a week or two. People didn't see this, and then eventually people took. I think like whoever the office coordinator is, went down and took them down. But I hid those all over the office, and they're still there to this day. And people talk about that all the time. Like, who was it? Who put the Guy Fieri heads?
You never
everywhere?
revealed it?
I did to people who asked. There are a lot of people who still don't know because they just don't. It's a big office, so not everybody pays attention to every little thing that gets talked about. But yes, that was me. If you're listening to this, it was Guy Fieri, and it was me.
It was Guy Fieri. And it was me. Okay, so here we go. This is the closing thing here because I got to be done in 5 minutes.
Let's go.
Have to be.
We get it done right now.
We could end right now, which would be great, but I've got to tell you mine because I've got a couple.
Yeah.
We've got 3. Okay, first of all, one time, going back to the bowl of soup that lasted 5 minutes in the microwave earlier in this episode, I put a bag of popcorn in the microwave and set it to 10 minutes and let it go and did not come back. Because the smell of burnt popcorn.
Momo told me to.
Momo told me to. Yeah. No, I said it, and honestly, like,
At work?
Yes, at work. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah.
I thought this was at home.
No.
Why would you do this?
No,
Why would you
no.
burn your house down?
No, at work, I went to the break room, threw one in, set it at 10 minutes, hit start, and walked away like a bad guy in a movie, and just waiting for the thing to explode.
And it explodes in the background.
Yeah, and smoke was everywhere, and the poor janitor lady was like, "Why does it smell so bad?" Like, whatever.
You're a bad person.
I'm pretty bad. Anyway, so that was a good prank because people were talking about it and they had no idea it was me. It was just so funny for everybody. It smells awful. Oh my gosh, this is terrible. Second prank that I pulled was a coworker went away for a week. He went on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
On Monday, I went to the cafeteria. I don't know if your work has one, but we had one at the time.
Yeah, we just have like several kitchens.
Anyway, we had a cafeteria. I went and got grilled barbecue chicken. Did not eat it. I put it in his desk and left it there until he came back. So a week later of old chicken sitting at his desk would probably smell.
Yeah, one time for Christmas, you got me a half-eaten old barbecue sandwich.
Yeah, it was
you left
great.
in your car.
Okay, so the last one, I'm just speeding through these because we're at time here. The last one, dude, was as dedicated as your Guy Fieri, and it is just as funny. I had a coworker prank me. I went on vacation. I came back. I had 157 bicycle lights on my stuff. Like he covered everything, and they were all blinking. It was all like bleep, 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 safety lights.
That's pretty good.
It was great. It was like, oh, this is good. But you probably know, like, it's like, oh, well, I just want you to know you've opened a door you're not going to close.
Pandora's prank box.
Yeah. You've done this to the wrong person. I waited 3 weeks, okay? Waited 3 weeks and just let it go so he would forget as to what happened.
Yes.
At the 3-week mark, I got an iPod, and I downloaded one song, and it was 8 hours of Rickroll.
Okay.
Never Gonna Give You Up.
Never gonna give me up.
Okay, it got me a Bluetooth speaker. Yeah. Well, at this time, Bluetooth speakers weren't that big of a thing, but like direct connect were bigger.
Yeah.
And so I got a direct connect speaker, and I thought, okay, I'm going to steal his key to his desk.
Yeah.
Stole his key. And brought the speaker in with the phone. and I put that in his drawer in his desk, and I set it to a level that only he could hear it. So no one else could hear Rickroll be like, never gonna get.
Does anybody hear that? No, Greg, you're going crazy. You've been Rickrolled to death. Imagine Rickrolling someone to death. What would that take?
Kudos to him. He lasted 6 hours.
God. Hero.
6 hours.
So you give this man a Medal of Honor.
But he also, during that 6 hours, there were times where he would be shaking his drawer trying to get into it. I was like, I don't know where the key is, man. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
You're just jingling your own pockets.
Yeah. Well, I was just like working, just like tapping away on my computer, like, hate it for you.
Dang,
like,
I don't know who did this.
Yeah.
Shoot.
But literally, I had it set so that it could have lasted battery life a day and a half. Like, he could have come in the next day and Rickroll was still playing. But because he went home, he was like, I gotta go. I can't listen to Never Gonna Give You Up.
You come in the next day and he looks like a Joker victim from the Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Just a permanent smile on his face, just grinning through his teeth. Never gonna get you. Never gonna get you. All right. Well, I think that's it. That's the episode.
That's it, man. Favorite beer of the day? What'd you like the most?
Oh.
I mean, we got to end on that. Like, what was your favorite?
That's always a good question.
I know they're not the same, and like, you know,
very different.
No discredit to the people that brewed it, but
it's easy to always love the last one because it's the one you've recently had. We did that last time, I think. I had said one, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I think it's the last one we had. But that Elysian's pretty good.
The what?
The Elysian.
Elysian, that's the last one. Yeah.
The
That
Elysian
one's pretty good.
it's hard. That's a hard choice. They're all really good beers.
I always want to go on drinkability. Like,
Yeah.
what's something I would love to drink again, or drink more often.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have to be honest. I think the Honky Tonk is probably that.
I was gonna say Honky Tonk or Jammer. Those are my two. I think
The Jammer's good, but I wouldn't drink
Jammer's
it
a
all.
good summer beer.
I wouldn't drink it all year. You know,
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. I'd say Honky. If you're like, what's your year round? What would you do? Honky Tonk. It was
like
just
you
the
walk
summer.
into a bar, you don't really know anything. You don't want to
It's
try
pretty
anything.
warm here majority of the year for
Yeah.
the most part. So I think Jammer was my favorite taste of the day.
Yeah.
Honky Tonk's probably the best drinkable. Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just say thanks to all of the breweries, Honky Tonk and Sixpoint, Monday Night Brewing, and Elysian, for just brewing some great beers. And
Absolutely.
this pretty much the whole episode. I'm going to end you on a note. My girlfriend just told me with what she just had happen on her customer service job. I just talked to the most Gary I've ever talked to.
What is that?
I'm Michael Russell.
I'm Cody Russell.
This is Beer Brothers.
Bye.